Hi guys, my name is Anastasia and welcome to English with LinguaTrip. Making too many grammatical mistakes can cost you time or even money if you work or are still at school. There are also a lot of people who really care about grammar. Believe me, there are loads of them. But don't worry, I've got your back. Today, we'll have a look at 10 grammatical mistakes that drive people crazy. Let's get started.
Everything's in English.
All you need to know.
All right. How did you learn to speak English?
Number 1, misusing it's and its. So it's with an apostrophe is a contraction of it is or it has. For example, it's a wonderful day today. It is a wonderful day today. Or it's been ages since I last saw you. It's been, it has been. It's, as one word, is a possessive adjective. Let's have a look at some examples. This cheese is past its expiration date. The plant is in its pot. I don't know if it's his or not. She said it's only a 15-minute drive. Number 2, lie versus lay. Lie in this case is not the meaning not to tell the truth, you're a lie. No, lie as in go and take a horizontal position. So you probably heard some people saying, oh, go lay down on your bed. Oh, this is not correct. It's not lay, it's lie. Go lie down. Now you may be confused because lay is also the past form of the verb to lie. And also lay is a transitive verb, which means that it needs an object to follow it. For example, you lay your head on the pillow or you lay a book on the desk, but you don't go lay down. There is a great song called Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol, and the chorus says, if I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me? If you know how to make a sentence in second conditional, you would understand that if I lay, the past tense, past simple, would you lie with me? So would and infinitive lie. Lie infinitive, lay past form, and lay something on something. I hope I made it a little bit more clear. If you want to write in English like a native speaker, join our intensive marathon from intermediate to advanced and work through 2 levels in just 30 days. You will learn the basics of spoken English, like different verbal forms, and they will help you communicate with native speakers effortlessly. There is a promo code for you in the description box, but hurry because it won't be there for long. Number 3, should've and could've. I should have ordered that. That sounds okay, right? Yes, because when we speak and we speak fast, we always shorten a lot of expressions. So should've or could've is just a shorter version of should have or could have. But in fast connected speech, we don't say should have or could have. But the problem starts when people transfer that into writing and they start writing should of as in preposition of or could of. That is not correct. Number 4, I versus me. Some people do not feel the difference between when they need to use I or when they need to use me, especially if we include in ourselves in a group of people. For example, my friends and I or me and my friends. So a lot of people would say, me and my friends went to the shopping center yesterday. However, because it's a subject, we can't say me and my friends. We'll say my friends and I went to the shopping center. But when I is no longer a subject, we use me. For example, we can't say my parents came to visit Nick and I. That is not correct. You say My parents came to visit Nick and me. As in this case, me is an object, not the subject of the sentence. Number 5, lose versus loose. Well, to start with, these two words have different pronunciation. So the word that starts with one O is lose, z sounds z, and the second word with 2 O's is loose. Lose is a verb. It has loads of meanings, such as not to win or to stop having something, to misplace something, to escape from someone. Loose is an adjective and it means not tight. Let's have a look at some examples. Imagine you're watching a romantic film and somebody says, I don't want to lose you, Katie. In this case, lose is a verb and it means to stop having something. Yeah, I don't want not to have you in my life, Katie. I don't want to lose you. Loose as an adjective. Her blonde shining hair was pulled back in loose curls down her back. Loose. Or you can say, I prefer wearing loose jeans. You know, in case you just need to do some random breakdancing in the middle of the street. Number 6, between versus among. Between is used to describe one-to-one relationship. It's one-on-one person, one-on-one object. Even if we're talking about a group of people and we say between, that would mean that we're talking about one person and another one from that group, but not one and a whole group. Among describes the relationship that doesn't have a particular pattern, it's not specified. Let's have a look at how they're used. Silence fell between them and then he finally spoke. Yeah, 2 people and they were not talking. Silence fell between them, just the 2 of them. The bees were buzzing among the flowers. Lots of flowers and the bees were moving among them because there are many flowers. So here we go, between and among. Number 7, who versus whom. Don't worry, you're not the only person who's confused by the word whom. Try to mentally answer the whom questions with pronouns him or her. To whom does this bag belong? This bag belongs to her. Also, with prepositions, we often use whom, even though it may sound as a bit of an outdated version. You can also come across the question, who does this bag belong to? So if the preposition is away, so it can be who, but if the preposition is right in front of the word, it's most likely to be whom, to whom. But if you want to say, whom is going to call me? And then you would answer, he is going to call me. He is not him or her. So we can't use whom in this case. It's the subject. So we'll say, who is going to call me? Number 8, no one, and no one. No one is born a genius. What's the correct way to spell the first word in it? No one, spelled as 2 words, is the right option. You should never write no one as 1 word. Even my phone, when I type a message, underlines it. No one with a hyphen is quite a common option as well, but you're better off sticking to the 2-word option. Number 9, that versus which. In English, there are 2 types of relative clauses, defining or non-defining. Now don't panic, we'll have a look at it now. A defining clause defines an object. It highlights it, it chooses it from a group of similar objects, but it specifies it, it defines it. That's what it's called, defining. Let's have a look at an example. Chairs that don't have cushions are uncomfortable to sit on. Now, we're not talking about all the chairs, we're talking about only the chairs that don't have cushions. So we define the chairs that are not comfortable. In this case, you can use both that and which. Chairs that don't have cushions are uncomfortable to sit on, or chairs which don't have cushions are uncomfortable to sit on. A non-defining relative clause doesn't define the object we're talking about. It adds some more information that can be also taken away and the meaning won't change. That brown chair, which cost me a lot of money, is really uncomfortable. Now, this clause, which cost me a lot of money, I can take it away and the sentence will have the same meaning. That brown chair is really uncomfortable. So when I say which cost me a lot of money, I don't define this chair. It's not defined by how much it costs. It's only some additional information. In this case, we cannot use that. We can only use which. And if you noticed, in writing, we put commas. So commas mean that you can take that part out. And it also means that in a clause with commas, you cannot use that. So let's sum it up again. Chairs which don't have cushions are uncomfortable to sit on. We define chairs, we can use that or which, doesn't matter, and we don't use any commas. That's one case. The other case, that brown chair, which cost me a lot of money, is really uncomfortable. We can use only which in this case, and we do need to put commas. Number 10, comma splices. English punctuation can be different from your first language, but this is how it works. If you write one sentence and put, she was bored, comma, she went shopping, this would be incorrect in English. You need to split it into two sentences. She was bored, period. She went shopping, period. If you want to put these two sentences into one, you need to add a coordinating conjunction. For example, she was bored, so she went shopping. In this case, it would be correct. Even intelligent native speakers make these mistakes sometimes, so don't worry. The best way to improve your language is go out and practice. Don't be shy to speak with native speakers. They're not going to judge you, believe me, especially polite British people. So come to Britain and practice here. You're still learning and you're doing really well. Make sure that you watch our other videos with lots of tips on how to improve your language. And we'll be back next week.